Do you really know what's in some of the foods you eat every day? I think you're going to be surprised when you hear about these 10 gross ingredients you're likely eating on the daily. What's up guys, my name's Derek, and on this channel I share all kinds of crazy stories and facts that are true. If that sounds interesting, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can join me each week and never miss an episode. The like button doesn't like being left out, so do it a solid by hitting that too. With all that done, let's jump into these gross ingredients. With how hard this first one is to pronounce, you know it can't be good for you. But here we go. Polydimethyl siloxane. Don't know if I said it right or not, but what it is a silicone compound. It's used in shampoos to make hair shiny and slippery. It's even used in silly putty and different sealants. It doesn't sound like anything in those products would be safe to eat, but this ingredient is in a variety of fast foods and fountain drinks. McDonald's chicken nuggets, fries, hash browns, drinks, and ice cream all contain PDMS. The list of other fast food items with PDMS goes on, and it's likely used in a lot of your favorite items at your favorite places to eat. In foods, it's used as an anti-foaming agent because it helps keep oils from splattering and your favorite fountain drinks from fizzing all over the place. If you like jelly beans, candy corn, and other candies that are shiny and glazed, you're eating a substance you most likely don't know about. On the nutrition facts, this ingredient is often called confectioner's glaze, but it isn't any type of sugar. It's actually a substance from an insect that lives in Thailand and India. The insect is called Acaria lacca, and it secretes a resin on trees in the forests. The resin is scraped off the trees and sold as dry flakes, which are then dissolved in alcohol to make shellac. Outside of shiny candies, shellac is used in primers, stains, and varnishes. When you hear the word ammonia, you probably think of cleaning chemicals, and you're right because ammonia kills bacteria, so it's an active ingredient in a lot of household cleaners. But since it's known to kill bacteria, it's also used on foods to keep them from spoiling quickly. What foods? Specifically meats. Companies will spray meats with ammonia before they package them to kill pathogens like Salmonella and E. coli. Ammonia compounds are also used in some baked goods and help control acidity levels in cheese. Castoreum is another substance that's secreted, but it's a bit more disgusting than the shellac that comes from an insect. That's because castoreum comes from a beaver's anal gland.
Ew.
Beavers have sacs on their rear ends near their tails called castor sacs. Beavers use the liquid in these sacs to mark their territory. Beavers receive anesthesia, and then these sacs are milked to squirt out castoreum. The liquid is then dried until it becomes solid. So let's get into the tasty foods this disgusting sounding juice is put into. It's used to flavor a variety of beverages, candies, ice cream, and is most well known for being in chewing gums. Aside from these foods, it's also used in perfumes. In most of these foods, the ingredient isn't listed as castoreum. Instead, it's listed as natural flavoring. So if you ever see the words natural flavoring in the nutrition facts, there's a good chance it's this specialty beaver juice. Do you like bugs? Me neither. Did you know some of the foods you eat with red food coloring get that color from a certain type of beetle? Cochineal bugs live on cacti and are mainly farmed in Peru. Every year, millions of these bugs are harvested to produce a red food coloring called Carmine. The bugs are boiled or ground up to create the food coloring. This red coloring is then added to foods like yogurt, ice cream, soft drinks, and donuts. It's also heavily used in makeup products and lipsticks. Carmine was discovered and used by Mayans and Aztecs centuries ago for dyes and coloring. Today it's used in the same ways and maybe in some of your favorite things to eat and wear. This is an ingredient you'll never see on packaging, and it sounds more like something you'd play with, but it's actually a filler in some of the foods we eat. This mixture, if that's what you want to call it, is actually a meat byproduct that's added to ground beef. It's basically a bunch of connective tissue and other scraps that are broken down and added into ground beef as a filler. In meat processing facilities, they used to throw away fat trimmings and connective tissues. or use them in dog foods. However, in the 1990s, facilities found a way to use the scraps by separating the fat from any lean pieces and then using ammonia, which we talked about earlier, to remove any bad bacteria. About a decade ago, a former USDA worker said that nearly 70% of ground beef sold in grocery stores contained pink slime. Today, it's estimated that 15% of ground beef has pink slime mixed in. Titanium dioxide helps protect your skin from the sun, so it's a major ingredient in sunblock. It's also used in a variety of other products, including paint. It seems as though an ingredient that's in both sunblock and paint wouldn't be safe to eat, but titanium dioxide is used as a whitener and is added into creamy salad dressings like ranch dressing. Since titanium is a heavy metal, the United States has a few restrictions on how much of it can be used in foods, so you're likely to be putting more of it on your skin and on your walls than in your mouth. Raise your hand if you like marshmallows and Jell-O.
Oh, yeah.
They're both tasty and popular treats, but another thing they have in common is they're both made with gelatin. So, what's so gross about gelatin? The substance is made by taking the skin and bones of both cows and pigs, boiling them, and then drying them out. The result is then treated with a strong acid or base and is then filtered to remove collagen, or connective tissues. The collagen is then dried and ground up, and that's how we get gelatin. So the next time you boil some water and throw in your favorite Jell-O packet, just know that that powder was made by boiling skin and bones. If you've ever gotten sawdust in your eyes, you know how irritating it can be. But did you know that sawdust is in some of the foods you eat each day? Why on earth would sawdust be put in food? It's used as a thickener and preservative, and it's also used to add texture and increase fiber counts in foods. Some of the foods containing this ingredient are shredded cheeses, tomato sauce, granola bars, bagels, and boxed cake mixes. But don't try to find sawdust listed as an ingredient because you never will. Instead, it's listed as cellulose, which is wood pulp. When it comes to anchovies, you either like them or you think they're completely disgusting. But what you might not know is that they are a main ingredient in a very popular sauce that's been around for a long time. Not only is this sauce flavored by anchovies, but by anchovies that have been fermented in vinegar for a period of 18 months. Ready to know what sauce this is? Worcestershire sauce. The company Leah and Perrins, which is still a popular sauce company today, developed the sauce nearly 200 years ago. But it was created by accident. Leah and Perrins were two chemists living in Worcester, England. They experimented with a new sauce by combining anchovies with vegetables, vinegar, and other items. The result smelled so bad that they stored it in a cellar where it was forgotten about. Nearly 2 years later, when the cellar was being cleaned out, it was rediscovered. It had aged really well, and it no longer had a foul smell, but a really good one. It was bottled and became very popular back then, and it still is today. We could keep going with gross ingredients, but that will do it for the 10 in this video. Thanks for dropping by, and if this video didn't disappoint, don't forget to leave a like. Also, make sure you subscribe so you can join me for more crazy and true videos. And if you want to share a story suggestion or topic with me, leave it down in the comments. Have fun, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.